I will show you what the future of do-it-yourself multi-tools may look like. So if we want to design our own multi-tool, there's two requirements. First, to have certain series of implements that here I'm representing by these blanks. You want to be able to rotate them to position, and then you want them to stay in that position. So in conventional multi-tools, this is done by having, for example, springs that will engage two little notches, and that's all and good. But if you want to make one out of plastic is much weaker. So these little notches or things won't really help too much. Or even if you have a sort of a frame block, it will engage a little corner, and then you have a lot of stress in that little corner. So how do you make something strong but out of plastic? You need to distribute the stress all around. So that's what this idea is all about. This system that looks like a gear, it's called a spline. Spline is one of the best ways to distribute torque, let's say. Sometimes it's used like in motors or things of that nature. So basically you have two parts that engage, and all of these teeth work together and distribute the force. So if we were to make a lock based on that system, it could be stronger and work with materials such as plastic that are more weaker than the steel, especially for the lock, which is where you have a lot of concentration of force. Now, but you also need to rotate it. So to compromise that, I added a sort of a shape here that has circular sectors at 3 points, which will keep this centered as you rotate it. So the way it will work is when this lock is engaged, nothing can move. Then you will pull it, and it will have maybe, let's say, a spring or something to bring it back later. But when this is pulled, the tool is free to rotate to the working position. Then you will release the lock and will basically engage that spline again. And now you have a strong connection to do all your tool usage that you want. And then again, you pull, this goes back, and then this will push. Of course, it's not fully developed. You will need a alignment thing to keep this kind of position, and then some sort of elastic element to bring it back. It could be maybe a spring or a elastic band if we are very DIY. But I want to share this idea of how could a tool be made of plastic and have locks that let you do the rotation, a very strong locking suitable for plastic. This may, or maybe this has some fatal flaws that I didn't think about, but I thought it was kind of an interesting proposal for this project of, in the future, maybe make a DIY tools that are mostly plastic, and then maybe you will have a metal piece, for example, utility blade, or other things of that nature. If you have sandpaper, you can create a file. So there's a lot of things you can make by just adding things to plastic. You could add many other things, even an insert to drive screwdrivers. So this was the idea. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching.